Today we're going to learn how to play Archer, Ranger, the shooty shoot class. What is it that all Rangers have in common? They become disengaged, just like some of you will with this YouTube video. How do you become a Ranger? Well, if you're like me, alright, that joke's getting old. Join Green Guard and you talk to Robina. Robina has several quests which you could do, and then one bonus quest for Guardians. The first thing I want to do is cover the Ranger training quests. The first quest in that category is Ranger Training Daily. You have to defeat Mother Hen and you have to defeat Torvis, the Blade Dog. These tasks aren't inherently hard. You do have to go through some level scaled content, which just got updated to be level scaled for some of you oldies out there. The next quest in the Ranger training area is the Ranger Bonus Daily. You can exchange 20 Guardian tokens for 55 Ranger tokens. I'm really starting to sound like these news channels, aren't I? The second thing I want to go over is the Ranger Green Guard quests. They added a small fun quest line for new players specifically for you to be able to do to gain 85 tokens. That combined with the dailies allows you to get Ranger in 2 days if you have Guardian 3 days if you don't. It's very easy to get early game, which is really good considering it's a really good class. Really. It also allows you to get the goodies from the shop earlier than you would be able to with the other classes. Just like when I was trying to farm the Dragon Slayer armor so I could do my Dragon Slayer video. Link down below. It took me 2 weeks, by the way. What areas is Ranger useful in? Well, I'll tell ya. Ranger is useful in farming, but specifically multi-target farming. If you have more than 3 enemies in a spot, Ranger is probably the best bet. It's incredibly mobile. It has a disengage, literally. It has plenty of AoE, it has a snare. The snare is one of the best abilities in the game by far, from a utility standpoint. Now I'm going to tell you what situations the class is not useful in. Single target damage is the class's biggest drawback, so using it in PvP and on solo bosses is probably not the best idea. The root, however, can be extremely useful in boss fights, given how it can stop a boss from doing their devastating attack. In PvP, they could just walk around it. Just walk around it. It's not hard, just walk around it. Why are you in my spot?
How can this be your spot? It's literally impossible for you to own a spot.
Watch closely. You're about to experience a PvP moment.
Hey man, if you don't get out of my spot, I'm gonna report you to
Telemod would
mods.
define a PvP moment as a moment where
Delusional,
ignorance
that's again
overwhelms the
going to
mind
have
of
to
an
PvP
average
to
player.
prove a point.
Causing them to lash out and duel each other for pity points. i.e. your typical PvPer. Congratulations, you made it to the ability section. We're going to go over what each ability does and how to use them. Starting off, we have your passive, Trapper's Instinct. It increases your damage by 25% to immobilize targets. This works great with Necromancer's Cross Skill, Paladin's Ult, and Mage's Stun. Now let's move on to the skills. You see the bar on the right where your mana would be? That's called focus, and at 100 focus your next shot critically strikes and you gain swiftness. You can gain your focus in one of multiple ways. The first way being auto attacks. You gain 5 focus per auto attack. You can also gain focus as you move, which is great because the class is focused on not standing still. There's 2 more ways to gain focus, but we'll go over them in just a bit. Your first ability is called Empowered Shot. You fire an arrow in a wide line, dealing damage to multiple enemies. Each enemy hit gives you 8 focus. Your second ability is called Rain of Arrows. It's a ranged AoE dot, essentially. The one drawback of it is it does not give you any focus. But where it comes in handy is with your next ability. Your third ability is called Bloodthorn Trap. It summons vines on the ground that can root your enemy and poison them with damage over time. If you root an enemy, your Empowered Shot will be on lower cooldown. This is probably the best ability in the kit. It allows you to damage your enemies for the most amount of DPS you can possibly do as Ranger. Your ultimate speeds up your auto attacks and makes them do AoE. Each enemy hit in the AoE, your focus goes up. For the 8 seconds that this ability is working, you'll probably get 100 focus at least 3 times. Haste greatly increases the amount of shots you can fire in the 8 seconds that the ability is active. Now, for your final ability, the cross skill, it's called Disengage. Disengage makes you leap backwards and fires an arrow that damages your enemy as you get away from them. Also has one of the funniest glitches in the game. So if you're about to die, disengage. If you're losing a PvP match, disengage. If you disagree with Satan's anime taste and he is about to block you, disengage. Best way to use these abilities in tandem is to gain aggro using your empowered shot, use your Bloodthorn trap right after as they are aggroed onto you, then use your rain of arrows into another empowered shot, and while everything is on cooldown you want to ult. Have you ever tried blindfolded archery? You don't know what you're missing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to give my final thoughts on the class before I ended the video. Is the class OP? No, it's not OP. Is the class better than Warrior? Yes, it is better than Warrior. It's great in Siege, it's great in farming, it's great for running away, you name it. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to those who helped me, so Aquaman and Targardian, thank you tons. If you guys want to see some semi-serious stuff like this, be sure to drop a like and comment, and I'll be right on it. Thank you. Peace.